F-Zero X is an absolute banger of a game, and I want to talk about it. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and I got video, which is 60 pictures per second. Here is why I think this game is peak. Okay, I think some explanation is necessary, not on how sick this game is, but what is even happening. Let's break it down so we can understand what we just saw. I'm going to be dividing things into 4 sections. First, we'll gloss over the fundamentals. Afterwards, we'll watch time attack strategies for 3 tracks, each introducing more advanced mechanics. There are 30 machines to pick from, with unique combinations of body, boost, grip, and weight. Body is the attack and defense stat used when 2 machines hit each other, and has no effect when racing alone. Boost controls how much faster the machine goes when using boost power. And grip is the ability to make sharp turns without losing traction. Weight does many things. Most importantly, heavier cars will have a higher and boosted top ground speed and maintain speed better, while lighter cars will fall slower in the air and go faster when performing dives. In short, heavier is better for tracks without jumps and lighter for airborne maneuvers. You've probably noticed this slider, labeled acceleration versus max speed, but it's better to think about it as drifting/flying versus grounded straight driving. At the top level, air and drifting based strategies are the fastest for almost all tracks. The best drifting machine for aerial tricks is Falcon's Hell Hawk, but other cars see use depending on track composition. Also, can we take a second to appreciate that Falcon is holding a severed head in his splash art? This game is so unapologetically itself, from its gameplay to its characters and menus. Bahoo! I love it. The music is also fantastic. Luckily for you, you'll have a chance to enjoy some while we watch our first track's time attack. With max acceleration settings, machines actually speed up when making turns without traction. This isn't the case with other settings where drifting gives a heavy speed penalty. Top drifting speeds far exceed our max on boosted ground speed, and boosted drifts go much faster than normal boosts. When traveling above the machine's top ground speed, you will constantly decelerate if nothing is accelerating you above it, like boost panels, air dives, or drifts. This results in drifting strategies being weak at straightaways, but excellent at cornering. There are, however, a few ways we can work around this shortcoming. The simplest way is to drift into walls, since walls kinda just don't slow you down when you drive into them. As long as we have energy to spare, it's easy speed. Because boost power isn't available during lap 1, opener laps have more energy than they know what to do with, making wall drifts a no-brainer. A second way to get around low speed on straights is to do small drifts across the width of the track. This drift over the boost plate also utilizes the higher boosted speed during the drift, getting extra value out of it. Right after, use side attacks to reorient the car and take the S-shaped turn. Side attacks are also a great way to set up ideal drifting lines. It's often best to take corners as tightly as possible, then go wide to maximize acceleration gained and time spent drifting. Double tap dives are the most important way drifting strategies make up for low top speeds. These maneuvers use side attacks at very particular angles to build crazy fast speeds far above any machine's top speed, sometimes up to the game's speed cap of 300 km per hour. Chaining together tricks to keep your speed far above the machine's top speed is where the soul of this game really shines through. It makes the game very momentum heavy in a way that often isn't seen in racing games. A few tracks are essentially one long combo where speed from previous techniques is necessary to do the next, and so on. For the second and third lap, we gain the power to exchange energy for a substantial speed boost. Choosing when and where to use boost power is critical for lowering your times. Many aspects play a factor, like track geometry, boost panels, and speed preservation, but for Portron, it's mostly used during drifts for the extra bonus that boost drifts provide. Energy and boost power allow every lap to play out differently. Boost power's absence in the first lap creates unique strategies for opener laps that aren't necessary at the higher velocities of laps 2 and 3. The second lap usually starts with max energy since opener laps struggle to use it, but the final lap often starts with the chunk missing, forcing us to make adjustments. Like here, because we're out of health we can't afford to hit the railing after the DTD. We also spend all our refuel energy boosting while ignoring the boost pad, since we don't have to worry about saving energy for a 4th lap, and boost pads only give a C rank boost compared to our ship's A rank. Overall, Portron 1 is super fun and a great track to begin learning the more advanced techniques, as it promotes good drifting and driving even if you choose to forego the double tap dive due to its difficulty. Captain Falcon's evil clone is back at it again, this time with considerably more flying. Here, the main course of this course is the Hellhawk soaring through the sky. The opener lap starts like most drifting-based openers, with a rail drift. After the tunnel, things start to get spicy. A side attack into a drift sets up our angle for a DTD left. Using the dive speed to take off again, we can land on the track's right railing, then immediately fall off the road after. When this happens, our machine enters a state called the air-ground glitch. During AGG, the game uses a hybrid of grounded and airborne physics, allowing for extended flights. There's more going on here, but I'll go deeper into AGG during the final track. Being able to fly is extremely useful, but we still have to follow the game's checkpoint system. Like most racing games, there are invisible zones that players have to cross through to make laps count. Or in X's case, skipping checkpoints will cause an instant crash. Our checkpoint is over in this corner. Once it's out of the way, we can do a massive turnaround double tap dive. More advanced dives require your machine to be in very precise angles to land back on the track, and because we're going so fast, spamming side attacks to realign with the road is mandatory to avoid losing grip and slamming into walls. When driving above 2,000 km per hour, boost power has no effect. However, at 2,000 or below, it slows down or return to base speed. The second lap uses a different method for setting up the double tap dives, hovering, while boosting either from a boost plate or boost power. Holding this exact angle causes the machine to gain height. During the first hover, use boost power, then use the boost plate for the second to save energy. Hit the checkpoint and drive like normal. Crossing the finish line with the destroyed car still counts, so we can do a boosted rail drift with no worries.
$56.80.
That's not even driving a car anymore at this point. It's just a plane. Alright, I want to preface this part. I'm covering the optimal strats so you can get an idea what this game is capable of. This stuff is crazy difficult. There is a reason why I'm showing WMJ's footage for the time attack gameplay. And to be real with you, if I had to record something even close, this video wouldn't come out for another 5 months. The game's really hard. Back to explanations. If you aren't moving, you can turn around extremely quickly. WMJ uses this to 180 immediately, then 360 against the rail. As he falls off the road, his machine clips the railing, activating AGG. The air ground glitch makes gaining height while hovering much easier and faster since we don't have to fight gravity. It also lets machines interact with track objects like boost plates and refill zones, since the game considers ships with AGG to be on the ground, and when a grounded ship passes over one of these zones, the game doesn't check for altitude. AGG has one major drawback. You can lose traction in the air. Because your machine can fly at such extremely side turn angles, breaking grip becomes extremely easy. This is why WMJ uses some of these side attacks. When playing like this, the checkpoint system for this track is super annoying. The loop is our main culprit. There are multiple checkpoints here right next to each other. Traveling through them in the right order is easier said than done since everything is so close. Finally hitting the double tap dives right on the rail to keep AGG poses the last big challenge for this strategy. The 3 tracks covered don't provide an exhaustive list of everything this game has to offer. Some tracks are fastest with a non-drifting strategy. There are also a few more types of dives and jumps, but overall I think they have a wide enough view that you can understand why F-Zero X is so great. The game is fast, is driving super satisfying, and there's always room for you to improve. If you would like to give it a try, I'd recommend going over to WMJ's channel and watching his tutorials. Choose a few stages and learn each one's beginner strategies, then go back and do the standard ones, and so on. The going will be slow, but you can do it. To finish up, I want to appreciate the UI's text colors. I love the gradients and the palette selection. We got the buy timer, the ace lap counter, and for the speedometer, what's black and gold? Oh, I got it!